it's Doris with All the Books, and I am here for, I guess we'll call it currently reading, because I didn't get around to the Friday reads, and it's now Tuesday. But anyway, this is what I have finished since Florida. So, in the car on the way home, I listened to Julia Quinn because of Miss Bridgerton. And this was a lot of fun. I hadn't read a Regency romance in several years, and I've been hanging out with Bree Hill and Katie from Katie's Book Nook. We have a little buddy read group with Anya Seton novels, which are kind of historical romance. So we kept talking about, I think Katie had read Julia Quinn. Julia Quinn is an author that I love. So, the Bridgerton series, but this is actually a prequel series, but anyway, she's a really fun author, and I like her because her characters tend to be more nice and supportive of each other. She works with a lot of family dynamics with the Bridgertons, and then this series introduces the Rokesbys, which are another family in the area that they're just really good friends. So I like the good friends family aspect of them, and yeah, so just a fun read, and a little awkward in the car with a 14-year-old. I had to turn the volume down once or twice. I also, in the car, listened to I'll Be Gone in the Dark by Michelle McNamara. This is racing through BookTube like wildfire recently, and for good reason. This was just very, very intriguing. So Michelle McNamara was very much into true crime and started a blog about it, that she became a very well-known author for magazine articles and such based on true crime. Just skilled in her craft of the researching and the writing and the thought processes to try to solve these unsolved crimes. But this is her pursuit of the Golden State Killer in California. And if you've watched The Hype, he was actually found through DNA research recently. And this book was written, and she passed away before it was finished. So another true crime researcher from online and I guess another friend of the family finished the novel for her. That was her husband's kind of gift to her memory, was to get this published, and it is fabulous. I didn't mind at all the parts that weren't written by her, because a lot of them they pulled from magazine articles that were actually her writing, and they just she had her outline, I'm assuming, and they just pieced it together so well. So what's neat about this is that it's almost a memoir of her life and her thoughts and why she was motivated by these things. It's just great, and it is very, like, she doesn't dwell on the gruesome aspects for any length of time, but they are mentioned periodically, so there's that. And I did have a nightmare. I had one nightmare that was obviously based on this, because it was a phone call. Like, and I answered the phone, and, you know, he was in my living room, so yeah, it wasn't too good. But anyway, if you are into true crime, this is must read. And then our Mary Stuart for this month was This Rough Magic, and this is my favorite thus far. I think this is my 6th, but this is definitely my personal favorite from the Mary Stuart, and it's in the top 2 for everyone that's read more than me, so 2 or 3. But this one is set again in Greece. We all have to go to Greece now. We do. This one is set in Greece, around the city of Corfu, the Greek Isles, I suppose that would be. and she is a wannabe actor. There is an older gentleman who is a retired actor and his son. There's a photographer on the island and all these other characters. There's a lot more characters than in some of Mary Stuart's novels that play important roles. And the romance is delightful. The mystery is great. You're never quite sure if who's the bad guy for at least half the novel. You don't even know which one is the bad guy and if he's really a bad guy. And there's a dolphin. So yeah, this one was just totally enjoyable. If you're looking for a cozy mystery, highly recommend. And then I finished Barkskins by Annie Proulx with Patrice. And this is a great buddy read. It's a slow read. So, and that is because it doesn't have a clear story arc with the plot. It's more very much historical fiction and talking about the timber industry, mainly in Canada and Maine, but also worldwide. We went to China, we went to New Zealand, we went to South America, I believe it was Brazil, just on a global scale with the timber industry, and then focused in the woods of North America. And we started out with, I'm trying to tell you more about it because I feel like people just hold up Barkskins and say it's about the timber industry and it's long. And I never knew, like, what is it about? But it starts out with two Frenchmen who are brought over as, they essentially agree to give their service for X amount of years in trade for passage to North America. One of them runs away immediately. The other stays and ends up married to a native woman. And the story, or the book, just follows these two families and their heirs throughout time. One of them, you see more of the Native American branch, the Micmac tribe, through time and how they deal with the changing world, because it's just environmental devastation for the timbers and lifestyle devastation for the native tribes. And then the other one becomes the timber tycoons. The one that ran away, his line becomes the timber industry, as it will. So yeah, there is, like, if you are into the environment at all, it's very depressing to see these virgin forests decimated, because it starts out in, I think, really early on, 1693 it starts, and then follows through to modern times. And it really, the way it leapfrogs, and you can see it right there, the way it leapfrogs through history and through members of the family reminds me a lot of Homegoing by Ya Jesse. So yeah, this is, if you are into historical fiction for the knowledge base, this is a really great book for that. Patrice and I really, really enjoyed it, but it's not a book that you can really plow through. It's one that you just really do want to read it, you know, a chapter or two a day until you get it done. So yeah, great book. I highly recommend it if you're at all interested in that sort of thing. So that's what I have finished, and hopefully by this Friday I will have a few more to share. So yeah, spoiler alert, Pillars of the Earth is indeed a page turner. Who knew? You all did, I guess. Everyone that's read it knows. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will be back soon. Bye.